This is The Evil Within. Which is kind of ironic, because I just got done doing The Evil Within 2 again, and I compared that game to this game to that one a lot, and especially considering Sebastian's change of actor. With my boy Anson Mount, who was in this one, so yippee for that one. This one is not a first impressions playthrough like most. This is actually going to be a guide, obviously. So, chapter by chapter. So I don't really have an introduction to go through here, other than that I've played this game enough to be able to do a guide on it. Now, one thing I'll say, I'm going to be doing it with the survival difficulty, but I will also be providing strats along the way for the nightmare difficulty. And Akumu, therefore, too, because strats for the Akumu and nightmare difficulty are mostly the same. That being said, new game. Yes. Or, you know what? Do I have a game that starts from, yeah, you can see all this. Do I have a game that starts from chapter 1? I don't. Okay. New game. No, god damn it. Yes. I don't care about that. As I said, survival. Alright.
All units, 1199, expedite cover code 3, Deacon Mental Hospital.
184 copy, code 3, ETA 3 minutes.
Copy 184.
Sorry, detectives. I know you're just coming off a case, but I'm afraid we're gonna have to make a detour.
Sounds serious. Is it a riot?
A call went out just before I picked you up. Said it was multiple homicides. Half a dozen units already on scene.
131, please advise.
Hey, maybe it's the ghost of that doctor who went schizo and chopped up all those patients.
That's not what happened. Some patients disappeared. Some kind of scandal?
Still, gives you the creeps, doesn't it?
127, 124, please respond.
Joseph, you think there's a connection?
It's a possibility. I believe the records were sealed.
Anyone on scene, respond.
Dispatch, this is Detective Castellanos in 184. What's the situation? Over.
184, be advised. Some problem reaching mountains on a Deacon Memorial.
Is there any...
God damn it! Jesus!
Junior Detective Kidman. Any thoughts?
Nothing yet. I'm sure we'll know everything once we get there.
What do you make of it?
Connolly, contact dispatch and let them know what's happening. Joseph, Kidman, you're with me. We're gonna have a look around.
Right.
And that's the Sebastian Castellanos I know in love with Anson Mount. Not Marcus Balbus from 2. Chapter 1, an emergency call. Yeah, the purpose of this one is just to really get some strats and all that, the best ways, the best routes to complete this game in the best way possible. I'm not going for speed. I'm just going to get everything. I will be getting all... Now, there are locker keys in this game to get extra goodies. I will be getting all of those, but I will not be getting all the map fragments because I don't know where all those are as far as collectibles go.
Smells like blood.
All right, stay sharp. We're gonna check it out. Don't let anyone else through this door.
I can be an extra set of eyes.
We don't know what's happening here. You're a backup.
And in case you've seen Evil Within 2, that back there is Julie Kidman. Every character in this game had a voice actor change between the first and the second game.
Did you hear something?
Yep. Now one thing about this game too, so the second game goes more so on psychological horror, while this one goes
Someone
more
alive in
on
here?
gore horror. Though I still like this one better. And I've played this game many times, so nothing in this game will really frighten me. This game also can be very comparable to Resident Evil 4. They were both made by Shinji Mikami, and with him at the helm. Although that one's more action-oriented, and this one's more horror-oriented, though it still has action aspects in it. In fact, the main character, in both
Are
games...
you injured? What happened here?
Can't be real. Impossible. Ruvik is...
I've got him. The security cameras might tell us something.
Both characters, Leon and this guy, wear a jacket in the beginning and then not again for the rest of the game. Now here's one thing I find interesting before I continue about, speaking of voice actors. My boy Sebastian here is voiced by Anson Mount in this game, and this is his only voice acting role ever. Whereas the dude with the glasses is Joseph, and Joseph is voiced by Yuri Lowenthal, which, in case you're unaware, has voiced shitloads of people, ranging from the Prince and Prince of Persia to Spider-Man in the Spider-Man game, well, the new Spider-Man game on PS4, to I don't even know all of his voice acting credits. He has so goddamn many of them. For any anime fans out there, he also voices Sasuke Uchiha in the English dub of Naruto, I think.
What the hell?
One part of this game, too, some games don't provide the true ending for their game until except for a DLC. Some Assassin's Creed games do that. This game is strange because this game's pretty much entire major story is hidden behind DLC. It doesn't really explain its own story. Like, you know what happens, but like you don't know why the things around you are happening the way they are, except for certain snippets here and there. So what I'm going to do as part of the guide is I'm going to explain the story as necessary as need be, because I know the story. Now it's telling you right there, you see how it tells you that, you know, wiggle the stick to go ahead and get your dude free and pick up that knife. Well, what you're compelled to do is go, you know, up and down until he gets it right. Well, don't do that. All you gotta do is rotate the stick counterclockwise and you'll get it in 2 swings. Observe. See? Rather than going back and forth for like 30 seconds. Try it out if you want to the hard way, but that's the easy way of doing it. Now for this first chapter, you're unarmed. You can't defend yourself. Not until Chapter 2. But that won't be until another video. You can walk right up here. This guy's not going to notice you. He won't notice you. You're good to go. As long as you don't stand up and walk like a jackass, that is. Stay crouched and he won't notice you. And you got to get that key in order to go through this door. One thing to keep in mind too is that the gameplay for Chapter 1, aside from just the not being able to fight, is different control-wise from every other chapter in the game. Chapter 1 and Chapter 15, because this game has 15 chapters, Chapter 1 and Chapter 15 are different from every other chapter in the game. Now you'll notice the dude's gone. By the way, that guy, he has a chainsaw and his name is the Sadist, so I'll be referring to him as the Sadist.
Shit.
Now it's time to run. And not look back either. And here's where the game goes into stall mode. As I mentioned earlier, this game has a lot of gore horror in it, so there's going to be a lot of that in here. So, if you're a hemophiliac, then sucks for you. Alright. By the way, I would recommend not watching this until, I probably mentioned this already, but I wouldn't recommend watching this unless you either have no desire to ever play this game or have already played it and just find it too difficult. Because all this is going to take away all the scare factor that's supposed to be in this. And this dude goes into a sewer with an open wound, which would be festering with disease and would just be pestiferous in every sense of the word. Ugh. One thing you'll also notice is this game has a lot of ladders in it, which doesn't usually bother me, but right now his leg's a little bit messed up, so it kind of does, because it takes him a while to climb things. Don't even bother with that. All that's going to tell you is that there's a ladder at the end of the hallway that you can sit there and escape with, which I'm already going to go for that ladder anyway. Alright. See how slow he's climbing? This is why I don't like this part, because it takes so long. I get it, but it's like, god damn it, man. This chapter isn't that long. What's coming up is actually the most difficult part. Well, at least it's supposed to be. What does this note say again? I forget. I don't know. I'm not going to read it. Alright, come on. Yeah, this game has a lot of checkpoints. Which is fine by me, because I'm going to be using them a lot. There we go. But I haven't played Chapter 1 in a while. I don't usually play this one because the gameplay is so different from the rest of the game. Now that door is locked, so don't even try to go in there. Just go in the locker. Don't exit either. Just wait until he comes in. He'll come in. Now this part coming up is going to be a bit difficult for some people, because unlike a lot of games, the sadist, at least at this part, does not have a pattern that he walks through. There's nothing to get used to here. You can't sit there and say, oh, he's going to go to the right up here. There's no built-in pattern. He just walks around a certain room. So, but just do what I do and you should be fine. I might even die here, for all I know. Okay, we can just go right here. Fill that bottle in order to give yourself some time, and then from there you can just go ahead and go. Don't even worry about it. Now on Nightmare, not here, but on Nightmare difficulty, you're going to want to pick up another bottle, because there are some boxes right here, and you're going to want to use that bottle right there. You're going to want to use that bottle to break him. When you break it, make sure to look all the way down, because otherwise he'll just throw the bottle and not break the boxes. You have to look down to the ground in order to get him to actually break the boxes. But that's only in Nightmare. Here, there's no boxes there. Now this part isn't hard. Just keep moving forward and he won't hit you. Yep, just don't stop, keep moving forward and he won't get you. So that last part, there was one bottle that I skipped and the second bottle I got. What I would recommend doing for Nightmare is that first bottle, pick it up and use that one to throw. The second one's behind the boxes, pick that one up and use it to break the boxes. Because otherwise you're going to have a tough time. And now the limp is spontaneously gone. Get the hell out of here.
Detective! Get in! Get in!
Where's Joseph? Man, I'm sorry, but you never came out. I'd waited, but... Please, settle down, Leslie.
Settle down, Leslie. Settle down, Leslie. Settle down, Leslie.
Shit! There's no going back.
we cut off from everyone?
Everyone must be dead.
Everyone all right back there?
Just a few bumps. We're fine.
Fine. Fine. Fine.
We will be once we're far away.
Fine.
A little further and we'll be fine.
Fine. Fine. Fine. Fine. Fine. Fine. Fine.
Fall! Fall!
Look out!
Fall! Fall! That's the end of chapter 1. So, yeah. Next time's gonna be different. See ya.